get my.
Deze extra super awesome Jeff.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. I'm Alex Dingman.
I'm Jeff Doss. Let's do this, guys. How's everyone doing? Insiders, hope you guys are doing great and joining us. Make sure you comment and let us know you're here. And we love talking to you during the show. Alex,
How
hope you're
are
doing
you
well.
in interweb land?
Yes. Before we get going, of course, if you can't tell behind us, or if you're listening to us on the pod, we are sponsored by the Virtual Fight Tour, and we are pumped up for February. It's going to be the last weekend of February. It's ladies' night. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited about the just the surprises that are going to happen. Our own main network's own Regina Thompson is really putting this all together, so going to be exciting.
The last part of the year, the ladies, the intrigue of that whole group really started to ramp up. I mean, It was kind of stale the first half of the year, I have what I had to say about it. But then I'm going to tell you, like, it was really exciting to watch them. Like the last quarter of the year, it was like, all right, let's see what's going on with these guys. So yeah, I'm excited to see what goes on with them. February 26th, ladies' night. VFT, is it 12?
Yes,
I think it's VFT 12.
Yes, it would be 12.
VFT 12, yeah. So that'll be exciting. And then, of course, before that, we'll have the Arctic Challenge in Michigan. Big fighting event of the year right before, AKA Warrior Cup. So if you need yourself a good general tune-up, get out there. Arctic Challenge, January 15th. Then bring yourself to the first big event of the year. It's always important to make sure that you get that type of event out there. What up, Jackson?
Definitely. What's up, Jackson?
Jackson had a cool little article out today. I kind of like.
Yes, I was actually trying to catch some of it before we got on today. So.
Yep. What up, Jim?
Yep.
Dude, we have had tons of just awesome guests on the show lately.
Yes, we have big time.
And we haven't really had a chance to like recap them or talk them.
I know.
Like the Jero and Obeda show, that was epic.
It was fun.
Right?
We had Murphy on before that.
Oh wow, that one was good.
Yeah, I mean, and then last week was Emily Cooper. So it's been awesome, man. Just putting all these great people over the month on our show. Very topical, really like with everything going on in the world, in our sport karate world, So like Murphy was just off of WKC and VFT and getting ready for his event and everything going on with that. You have Jero and Abeda, who always, man, have something going on, and
smart dudes,
smart guys, really forward thinking with the sport. And then, they're one of the things that the big topic is about what's going on with sport martial arts and Mad Action and Jungo TV and Black Belt. So what do? We make sure we got Emily Cooper on. So we've been bringing what everyone wants. So thank you guys for supporting us and listening. And if you haven't watched the videos, go back and watch them or listen to the pod. So
yeah, definitely. I love listening to the pod, but I mean, like, I'm serious. You ain't got nothing better to watch on TV. What you got? There's nothing good on the radio. What do you listen to? All right, there's nothing great. Man. You're gonna listen to Christmas music anyway, and there's only 40 songs you want to listen to. So after that, repeat.
It's true.
You and your next favorite pod, your boy. All right. There ain't nothing. How many times can you rewatch The Office? All right. Cue us up on YouTube. Come on, give us a like.
The Office, yeah, good show though. But
you don't like The Office?
I do like The Office. Yeah,
I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's
all right. Little side note, then we'll jump on. Listen, everybody loves The Office, right? There's only one person I know who doesn't love The Office, and that person is wacko. But anyway.
I know who that is, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So, my boss, okay, the owner of the company that I kind of work for and run, he is Michael Scott.
Oh gosh.
Oh my gosh, to a T, he is Michael Scott. And so at first you giggle about it. But then when you're just like doing like what I said, like, man, let's just watch The Office. He ruins it for you. Because when you're actually there in it, it's aggravating, right? You're like, oh, I lose it so much. So now I can't watch the first like few seasons of The Office because it's like him,
It's just like,
right?
yeah, it's like you're back at work. Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I got you. That's not good.
Right.
Oh man. So yeah, I mean, it's been a great few weeks. I mean, there's lots of things that we talked about. I mean, I loved last week's episode of really just getting down to how sport martial arts started, the different stories. I know that we could have gone on, and just even about her vision of the sport. We kind of hinted at it a little bit, but really she could have go real deeper. Just really, I'm just talking about the things that she's done in the past 2 years was a lot of the show, you know? So
yeah,
it's
we
really
really
cool.
did, because if you wanted to have, MassLink, sportmartialarts.com, if you wanted to have a show on that, which we did, and you just want to say, let's talk about everything they've done, the show will go for 2 weeks, all right?
Right, exactly.
You can't, all right?
Right.
So we wanted to hit the high points. We asked a few questions, but even then, like, all right, so straight up, I won't say what we talked about off air, but I'll mention what I wanted to ask, which was, well, my buddy Jamie Cravens, all right? He is one of the guys. He's a part of sportmartialarts.com.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He's a talented fighter.
He is great guy.
Great guy. If you want just a solid, just like great friend, just bump elbows with Jamie Cravens, right? So, but I also know he kind of works with Emily at sportmartialarts.com. But I didn't know the answer, but I knew it was going to be great. And I want to ask her, like, listen, tell me a story about Jamie Cravens. Right. And I'm almost glad we did it off air, right? But it was great. So, but that's what's so cool about martial arts and sport karate competition is, as we've told on the show, there's tons of those types of of stories. Ones you can tell, ones you probably should never speak again.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So that was a great show. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Also, man, I mean, Jeremy and Obedo's interview was, well, it wasn't the interview. It was just more of us hanging out and talking.
The guys talking.
Yeah, it was just talking. So lots of great things. And again, sometimes it's not all about like what actually is happening. It's like, okay, let's just think of what if, right? I kind of like those scenarios. It's what if, what if this happens? What if, this or this happens? So yeah, there are no show appropriate stories involving Jamie Cravens. Love it, Nick Snyder.
NickIsTheBomb.com.
Yes. Oh man. But yeah, so I mean, I really like that, like, well, what if this happens? Or what if there is a split? Or what if, what happens with these and they end up adding more tournaments to the project, and what will that do for our sport? So what if NASCA actually finally makes it to where you don't have to send in your own points, that would be great. But
that was a topic we talked about with Jero and Nobiello.
Yes.
Like, what, you guys do that? Huh?
Right. So,
yeah, nobody should. It's funny because I feel like nobody should want to split, right?
No.
But then you kind of think about it, like, I don't know. In the end, we want the sport to grow. So I have no clue if it's split and both sides grew, maybe that does grow the sport. You know? Maybe it's not just this one group that grows, maybe both grow. So I don't know what I want. I
want things to improve. That's what I want.
Boom. You said it exactly.
Improvement.
I want us as a sport martial arts unity to win.
Yeah. Great year. Thank you. And yeah, Joe G is always a great one to have on. That was a fun
You
one.
know what? Yeah, we should have him on again because he was gold when he was on the first time.
Definitely, definitely. All right, let's get into just some Christmas time topics. You know, both of us are. If people don't know, my birthday is on Christmas, so yeah, I'm a Christmas baby. And Alex is, well, you know, he's Mr. Christmas, so
Man,
yeah,
I
he's
love it.
elf. He's elf. So
I don't know about elf, but I definitely am loving my T-Wolves Christmas sweater.
all right, so we're just gonna fill in blank. Famous Christmas, whatever, right? So we may do top favorite
Like
and
top
worst.
3. So
Yeah.
yeah, I was thinking about this because I was DJing the last couple of Christmas parties that I was at, and you know, people will ask for a song. Like someone was asking me for, like, oh man, play Santa Claus is Coming to Town by Bruce Springsteen. You're like, whatever.
Yeah, Mike Bates, you got a point. I forgot about that. He did say that. Talking about he brought up the Waco scenario before when we were talking before Jeremy and them came on. Yeah.
Yeah. That's I mean it could be possible.
Yeah. Oh man. All right.
But
go ahead, finish.
So he was asking me like, oh, I'll play this one. And then I'm a different type of DJ. All right. Everybody's different. But some people, when they request a song, people just kind of like, yeah, I'll try to fit it in. We'll see. I just blatantly say
no.
All right. We're like, oh, what? You're not going to play the first Noel? We're like, not only am I not going to play that, I probably won't listen to that for the next 5 years. Who the frick needs that in their life? Right? And I will just straight up. So then I get on the mic and I'm like, listen, all requests are open unless your song sucks. And if it does, I will let you know on the spot. Right? Yada, yada. We're having a good time. Company Christmas party. I'm DJing it. But, you know, we got some, you know, Spanish American workers. And they just were like, all right, you played Feliz Navidad. Time to move on. Right? It turned into a Spanish wedding after that, man. We were just playing Don Omar. They wanted every Pitbull song that was created. We just having ourselves a great time. And tequila never tasted so good. It was like that, right? Wow. So it was fun. I mashed up a few things. It was kind of cool. So then I was thinking about it. I was like, you know, what are some of like your favorite Christmas songs? I love some, but I think what's worse than that are like the ones that like
the worst.
Like, yeah. I love me some Christmas. I love some good Christmas songs.
Right, but there's some like awful ones.
Yeah, like what's an awful one that you're just
Last Christmas? That's the worst.
You think what's funny
Wham,
about that?
That's the worst Christmas song of all time. I hate that song.
There's so many, but I agree with you. I don't like that, but there's so many good ways to mix that around.
I know. I play that mix, the Level Up mix at my karate school, like this past couple of weeks. So, yeah, but still, that song is awful. And another one that's awful is "Wonderful Christmas Time." You know that.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
I hate that.
Paul McCartney's "Wonderful Christmas Time."
Or whatever. Yeah, that's
never voluntarily play.
Those two are definitely.
I would say
third place is really distant compared to those two to me.
Here's the worst one of all time. It's the way my brain works, and I cannot stand it every single freaking time I hear it, which is "Mary, Did You Know?"
Oh God,
Mary, did you know? All right, let's just stop for a moment. Yeah, my grandma got run over by a reindeer.
Yeah, that's a bad one too.
Yeah. I hate Mary, Did You Know? Even more than that, right? There are some bad ones. I hate it so bad. And here's why. It just, like I said, it's the way my brain works. It messes with me. All right. So for those, I'm going to give you the cliff notes on the Christmas story. Right. So the messenger angel Gabriel comes to Mary, right? Says, hey, Mary, peep this. You are about to have the Son of God. And she's like, excuse me, not even married. What are you talking about? He says, don't worry about that. Holy Spirit's coming upon you. You are going to give birth to the Messiah, and he will save the whole world from their sins. Wow. Oh my goodness. All right. You say so, angel, just as you say it. Let's do it. So the whole premise of the freaking song, duh, yeah, of course
Yeah,
you knew.
of course you knew.
Of course you knew. Stupid. Mary, did you know? Yeah, I knew. All right. No song can come close to that because I saw a freaking angel, not just any angel, an archangel came
Right.
face to face. We had a
It's a
conversation.
good point. It's a good point.
This is the dumbest song ever. Somebody created a song after that? What? Stupid.
Oh man. Yeah. That's okay. I get you. The more it plays, yeah, I kind of just like,
Now you're gonna hate it. You're gonna hate it
yeah.
now.
Right.
Yeah, but what is your
That's
favorite
a good
one?
one.
What's
I
your
like
favorite one?
I like White Christmas.
Uh,
Bing Crosby, White Christmas. Dude, I'm just a classic, like I love that. I love Bing Crosby, White Christmas.
yeah.
There's a lot of new ones that come out, but I don't really know the names of them because I mean there's just some new ones that I like. I don't know. You go. Like maybe I'll play off.
There's some classics. You want to get into some classics. I like, you want to get into the Silver Bells by Dean Martin or Stevie
Right.
Wonder. Those are good ones. You want to get into White Christmas, the one like you said, that's pretty good. You want to do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, as far as
Silent
like
Night. You can do Silent Night.
I like Go Tell It on the
Night by
Mountain.
the Temptations.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Now it's like, okay, also a great classic. So
and I like Go Tell It on the Mountain. That's a classic one. A great one. A good.
But man, I get into some interesting stuff now. There's these remixes by this dude named Beef Wellington. He's kind of a cool dude.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. I've heard him.
Yeah, I dig that. He's cool. But we like a lot of them. I like the blues a lot. So
Jackson says, I guess he's saying Rudolph is the greatest Christmas song ever.
Get the hell out of here. But you know what? Actually, so people can
Easy
go one way or
had
the
a
other.
Christmas song. Yes, he did.
He did. He actually had absolutely. So people can go one way or the other. Be like, no, best Christmas songs are classics, right? Or no, man, I don't want to hear that. I want something fun. I want to hear. You can go one way or the other. But the one thing that people do not go one way or the other is on their favorite Christmas movie. Oh, Mike, Backdoor Santa. Backdoor Santa is the bomb.com.
Yes. All right, here's one too.
Christmas Train is also phenomenal. Great blues song, right?
That'll
make you want to play the harmonica too.
Here's one that like I guess is old, but like it kind of went away for a while. And now it kind of came back because people started mixing it. Dominic the Donkey.
Like, dude, the Italian Christmas donkey.
Yeah,
I'm down with four flat tires.
Man. I like that song. All right, let's go into a movie.
Yeah.
Great favorite Christmas movie. All right.
So let's go with your top three,
guys. All right.
Top three.
Are you putting them in order or just kind of?
Here's what no order, because in case you guys didn't know, like Troy Sexton has this, like he has this bracket, like an NCAA.
And I didn't do it in time, so I messed up.
Oh my gosh, you should have done it. It's so fun. He has like an NCAA men's basketball tournament bracket, but for Christmas movies. All right. It'll be like, I don't know, A Christmas Story against like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and we're like, oh well, that's a number 1 seed versus a number 16.
Right. Get him out. Yeah.
But then you start getting down to it, and you're like, dude, I don't know, man. Right. So yeah, you got to think about it. Like, what are you? So if you guys want to have some fun,
do it next year.
What is it, like $10-15? And Troy donates like almost
all
the money too.
Yeah.
Super cool. You guys got to get on top of that. All right, there you go, Troy. There's your plug. All right.
All right, let's go.
What are your like top 3 or 4 movies? No order.
All right, Christmas Vacation.
All right.
Again, I'm gonna go White Christmas. Again, I'm an old school guy. Yeah, dude.
Like with Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye and the sisters.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I'm an old head. All right. I'm a classic. All right. Old soul.
All right.
All right.
I don't think that one made it out of the first round.
Here's a bad one. Bad Santa. Sorry, dude. That movie is hilarious to me.
Be honest. You like that one because Ryan Pinkston's in the movie.
No. Oh, I forgot that he was in it. And then Home Alone has to be. That's a classic. Yeah.
I heard to beat that one.
Classic. There's so many popping on my head though, but yeah, I like a lot of those, man. Those
you would say like
good.
Christmas Vacation, Bad Santa, Home Alone,
White Christmas. I'd put out Bad Santa, put in White Christmas. Yeah, Bad Santa would be like 4th or an honorable mention. Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, I mean, I guess I would say I'm going to say the 2000 version of The Grinch. Jim Carrey's The Grinch. Heck yeah.
Okay. The newer one they did was pretty good too, actually. The one they
the
just
newer
did,
one?
the recent
Yeah, but
one.
see, the newer
unfortunately,
one, it didn't look like he hated Christmas. It looked like
True.
he had like a mild disdain for Christmas.
That's true.
And then
That's
just
true.
wanted to do some reckless stuff because he was irritated, right? The Jim Carrey's version, that man hated Christmas.
That's true. That was a good one.
So it was phenomenal. So the Jim Carrey's The Grinch, Christmas Vacation, Home Alone. I don't know, man. What would I?
Those are 3. So
was it 3?
I know Jim said It's a Wonderful Life. Yeah, Wonderful Life's a great one.
I watched that one the other night. That's cool.
Yeah.
But then maybe
you know what one? Story. You know what? See, I'm not a big fan of that one. I don't know why. But you know what one that I think is good that is like Santa Claus.
What's an underrated one that you like that people don't?
Like Tim Allen, Santa. Was it
Santa Claus.
Yeah, that's a great one. Now I know that there was one before that, like years I guess in the 80s, there was a version of that.
Mike beat me to it. Mike beat me to it.
Friday After Next, yeah.
Friday After Next. Oh my gosh, I have that queued up to watch tonight. I'm not even kidding. Oh, Friday After Next.
So, hey, Tom, just before, if you guys aren't listening to Fist, Kicks, and Flicks, next week, yeah, they're doing awesome. But next week, they are reviewing a movie called Karate Christmas Carol or something like that. Karate Carol or something. Yeah. Oh man. So it is a pretty recent movie, like 2019. Like, and it's got John Kreese, the actor who plays John Kreese in it, and somebody else too. But yeah, it's crazy. No, you can't. So
Friday After Next is great. So there's this other movie that I did not even know existed, and then Lindsay was like, "Oh yeah, this is one of my favorites." And I'm like, "What is it?" She goes, "It's The Family Stone." And I'm like, "That sounds dumb." Right?
Yeah.
So apparently the gist of the story is everybody goes back home for Christmas. This one family, and they're as dysfunctional as you get. And then the oldest brother, he's gonna ask the mom if he can have her mom's wedding ring so he can propose to his girlfriend, who everyone hates, right? And she's like, "Nah, that ain't happening." And he's like, "Yeah, it's happening." And that's basically the premise of the movie. And it's a lot of great actors and actresses in there. But the first 2 times I watched it, I'm like, it made it, I guess killed the time.
Brett says he loves that movie too.
Now I watch, but see, now I watch it all the time. It's great. It's a great movie. I like it.
Richard says For Christmas, really hidden classic.
All right. What is the worst? What are some of your worst ones?
Did you cry? Worst Christmas movies? See, I put in I may sound crazy, but I'm not a big fan of The Christmas Story. It's not really one of my. So there's that. You know, another one I'm gonna say. You're gonna hate me for this.
Well, let's say
Elf, man. I'm just kind of over.
You don't like Elf? You're probably not a Will Ferrell guy then.
I like Will Ferrell, but after a while, it's all the same character, so it's kind of like
it's all wrapped up in that guy right there in that movie.
Yeah, so it's just like,
I don't hate you for that. That's whatever.
Yeah.
Now you know what's messed up though? My kids promise you this is the case. Anytime they see Will Ferrell dressed up like the elf, like in anything, could be an ornament, could be anything. Go, look, Daddy, it's you. I kid you not. I promise you that's good. Daddy, look, it's you. And so if you guys are wondering why would they think it's you, there's a video you can find it on YouTube. I think I put it up. All right,
you did
this challenge where we did with everybody that we fought with. If somebody snuck this elf costume in your bag, you had to go home, take pictures of you in it, post it to the group chat, and then you had to sneak it back into somebody else's bag on the next week. Somebody did it to someone, and they did a whole video of it. And so then I'm like, I'm gonna do a video of it. And now that video is so you guys can look at it. It's pretty silly, right? So that's right, Kyle.
All right. So fun stuff.
Worst Christmas movie. I'm gonna tell you my least favorite Christmas movie. Die Hard
Yeah.
is not a Christmas movie. It is an action movie that happens
during
just
Christmas.
before Christmas.
Right.
There's no Christmas at all in the movie. Nothing.
Oh,
it is
man.
an action movie. People get shot, die, whatever, pow. Right? It's an action movie. Love it for that. This is not a Christmas movie.
Right. I agree on that.
And then pretty much any Hallmark Christmas movie that you could think of.
Yeah, they're
all like the freaking same.
Just kind of tired
with
of
an
it.
actor or
I
an
agree.
actress that you've never. Because here, let me tell you the story. All right, the girl or guy goes back to their small little hometown that they've not been back to in 15 years. All right, they go to this rinky-dink town. All right, they lose their luggage. All right, they get stranded. They go back to this other love interest that they had when they were in high school. Oh yeah, geez, I need a little help. Can you get me back home? Yeah, geez, if you could help me out a little bit. And then they get them back, and then they end up hanging out a little bit. Maybe they own a little convenience store. Maybe they have a tree lot. And then they're bumping up elbows next to each other. And then what do you know? They move back to that small town. Merry Christmas now, happily ever after.
There you go.
Stupid. It's the same thing. You can the 2 minutes into it, you can write the rest of the movie. Whatever.
All right, so that was our Christmas stuff. Thank you, Alex. Oh man, yeah. What do you say? There's
always a golden retriever. Oh
there
my God,
it is. It's so true. Oh yeah, does Charlie Brown Christmas count, or is there a separate category?
No, I like Charlie Brown.
And you're completely right. Yep.
I like it.
Man, Charlie Brown. Yeah, there's a lot of other ones that I'm forgetting, but that's all right. I mean, we can talk about that later. All right, let's get into we haven't done in a while, our competitors of the week. So I'm going to get into, I'm going to go first. Someone that actually Emily mentioned him on the show last week was Jessen Noviello. So Jessen Noviello, a good friend of mine from Georgia, was a student of Ernest Miller was his coach at the time. He's actually, I think, a Joe Louis black belt as well. He is from the Joe Corley system and those guys down there. He does many stunts and movies and acting, all kinds of different things, and trains people and all kinds of stuff out in Hollywood and Georgia and wherever he's at. A great competitor, had amazing front leg, amazing kicker. And was more of a fighter. He was an awesome fighter in the late 90s and early 2000s. Yep, he was a lightweight. I think I remember sharing this before too. Yeah, he was a tall lightweight, long legs, just that front leg that was just pump, 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 go, axe kick.
If you want to close your
all
eyes
over the place
and envision a stereotypical right side 90s fighter who's a great kicker. It's Jessen Noviello.
It's Jessen.
Only he's better than you would probably think.
Right. And always in great shape. Him and Drew Stodgy, I think, at the end of the 99 Diamond Nationals, whoever won that fight, they won that they put that in the final. They said, we're going to keep this first and second place fight and put it on here, because whoever wins this fight wins the NASCAR title. So it just kind of worked out that way. It was pretty cool.
Never did it again.
No. They did it actually. The reason why they did that is because the year before that, they did something similar with Jason Facely and Thomas Wright. So
two awesome fights.
Right. So they did that. He actually got into, one of the first time I think I met him, he was doing open forms and creative forms. He did extreme, he did different things. And he would do crazy stuff. Like he had, insane flexibility. But he would do, like the jump outside crescent where everyone else would land in a front split. He would land in like a flat out like Chinese split. Like, dude, what are you doing? Don't do that. And, jump outside crescent really high and then land like just like not like this, like this. You see that doesn't work too well. Yeah. So, so Jessen would do that. And I actually taught him Conquer Die, and he started winning with that. He won about 3 or 4 NASCAR tournaments with traditional. So he got into it. So yeah, man, great competitor. I think he went to college in North Carolina for a little bit. He moved out to LA and has been involved in many different things. I think he was even on the Final Foo series they did.
He
and
was on the
lots of
Final
stuff.
Foo. That's
Yep.
right.
Yep. So
Great
Justin
concept,
is
but then got
my competitor of the
murdered.
week. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So Justin Noviello is my competitor of the week.
I like Justin. Justin was a cool dude. Because I have been
definitely
around
great friend.
I've been around this type of competition since about the mid 90s and late 90s, but it wasn't until like 2000 that I'm like, I am immersed. Like 99, 2000, I'm immersed into everything that I can be. And I just remember I was like a year or two older than Justin. And then once he hit adult, I was thinking like, I still was like a little bit like, I want to kick like this dude. This dude still kicks the same. I love his body position because he doesn't keep his body as upright as he can.
Right.
Dude kicks vertical. He kicks vertical.
He does.
Still to this day. Yep. So he's got to be 40, all right, or close, all right?
No, you're right. Sorry. Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, he's only a couple years. He's like 2 years older than me. So yeah.
Yeah. So he's got to be, if he's 40. Not 40, he's right there. Yeah. He's still like, he'll post pictures, boom. Just like it's like 2001, right?
Right. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yep. So he's a fantastic forms competitor. But then I wasn't really paying attention to his fighting. And then I'm like, oh, all right, you can get busy. All right.
Yeah.
And
that's mostly what it was.
You were talking about like with Drew Stodgy. That someday he'll be a competitor of the week. Right?
Yes. Yeah, we gotta talk about him too.
All right. Drew and maybe Alex as well. But those two would bang, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Drew had a good leg, but it wasn't like Jessen's, right?
No.
But Drew had much better hands. Yep. And so there was definitely a competition. And so you'd watch young competition like that, and then they'd come up, and then you'd say, all right, well, what are you going to do against the men? Jessen would get busy with them. You know, I don't think I watched Jessen win many men's fighting. I don't think I ever watched him win a men's fighting division. But that doesn't mean he didn't. All right.
Right.
At least national. But Jessen was really, really talented. As far as a talent level, he was right there. Yeah, Tim, you're right. Super flexible.
So flexible.
Right? His talent was very, very high.
Yep.
Speaking of talent, my competitor of the week, from the moment people saw him, had jaws on the floor.
Yes.
Dong Jing Q, we all know as DX. Because who wants to say Dong Jing Q all the time? Like, hey man, you see Dong Jing Q over there? Stop saying it. Just say DX, and we'll be good with that. So DX, that's what we knew.
DX,
DX was a Chinese forms competitor, and so at the time, the original standard, like nobody can get higher than this, I believe was probably Ming Lu, right?
Yeah.
Ming Lu was like Ming Lu. And then everybody else was getting like close, but nobody was quite like Ming.
Right.
And I don't think DX was as clean as Ming. All right.
But he was actually a higher, he was a higher level Beijing, rated competitor.
Right.
He was on I think he was on the A team, and like Ming was maybe on like the B or C team.
Yeah, I think she was on like the B or C is what I had seen on like there was like some kind of list or some kind of post or something like that where you could see a rating of some kind.
Yeah.
But DX, he did things at the time, like when he came out, I think it was 2001. When we saw him, when open sport martial arts competition in the States saw him was probably about 2001. I think it was at the Capital Classics.
Yeah, it was the Capital Classics.
Which makes sense because it's adult, U.S. Capital Classics / China.
It was insane.
Open, right?
It was crazy.
And he did things that today you'd be like, all right, that's dope. You could win this thing. But that was 20 years ago.
Right.
Just jump straight up, like over your head, jump and just drop.
Insane. Yeah.
Just drop.
And
why did you do that to your body?
He's the first one like doing double twist and things like that. You know what I mean?
Double twist. Like guys will do double corks, but like not a lot of guys do double twists.
Right. Double B twist. Yep.
Double twists.
Especially in a form too. You didn't see too many in a form. So
right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the height that he got out of it too was insane. So
it absolutely was.
Right.
So he was full. And I remember I had a conversation with John Valera after one of the Diamond Nationals where he won both the forms and the weapons. And we're like, hey, this guy's gonna win everything until he decides he doesn't want to do this anymore. Right? That was the feeling at the time. Like, nobody could touch this dude, right? And I talked to John Valera and I said, man, you are still pretty young. What do you think the shots are? You ever do it again? He goes, no shot. And I'm like, get out. And he goes, didn't you just watch what happened? Didn't you just see that guy?
Yeah.
let's let everybody have their time. And I'm like, all right. And in my mind, I'm talking to John freaking Valera. Like, are you out of your mind? And he's like, didn't you have two eyes, right? Didn't your eyes just see what I saw? No chance. I couldn't believe what I heard. And I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, yeah, he was legit, man. DX was
so he
awesome.
did it. I only saw the broadsword that he competed with, but I know that he can do other weapons as well.
He did so many different weapons. Yeah.
Exactly. So he could do them all.
I've seen him do staff. I've seen him do. I feel like I've seen him do 3-sectional staff. But yeah.
Oh wait, I feel like I've seen that as well.
Yeah.
And it's hard because at that time, like, we don't have like videos online of that stuff, right?
Right.
It's just not readily available. So really, kind of, unless Wally Faulkner has it on video, the masses don't know it ever happened.
There has to be some that Sport Martial Arts has, because they were around then as well. So
yeah, but even like Emily said, she wasn't videotaping everything. You know,
no,
she was videotaping this thing, that thing, maybe this, maybe that,
right?
And then of course she's got to have something, especially from like 2001 and 2 of DX. He was the guy to watch. She's got I think she's even got forms of me from then.
And probably old school karate probably has it somewhere too.
Oh, good point. Yeah. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at the jacket. Man. I would pay any amount of money to get that. Yeah.
Yeah. So another great one. So those are our competitor of the weeks, guys. So check them out. You know, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. Check them out. Look into those guys. All right. So here's a good one, a good question. This is something, because we are in the holiday season, right? You know, I'm just put the question up. So how do you, or are you training during the holidays? So what are some of your things that you do during the holidays for training? And yes, Lee Pei was a great competitor. Lee Pei Yun, great competitor. And are you
talked about him before the show?
Yeah, we did. Or are you even training during the holidays? You know, for me, again, I'll go back to, for years, I was on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day getting on a plane to go to Super Grands, right? So I guess technically I wasn't training, I was competing or working, you know? So yes, I was definitely training, especially like this week. Before, you know, I would get some training in. We would have, really at the school, it would be pretty much after, maybe the week before Halloween until Super Grands, we would have a workout every weekend, you know, as well as training during the week. That was right. So it was like an extra workout. And that's what we would do because when I would take my team to Super Grands, that would be one of the things. So we had workouts all the time, you know, for that. So for something like that at the end of the year, you really are going out there and doing it, you know. But a lot of us now, it's like, really, we have a month until, you know, things get big again. You know, we're going to Chicago. A lot of people going to Chicago, going to Detroit Michigan for Art Challenge. You know, you got lots of events popping up, you know. So yes, they're right. A thing that's kind of started happening was the camps, right? The camps started popping up around that Christmas week. So I feel like it's a great time to train, but I also know it's hard too, because, you know, if you got things with family and stuff doing, you know, but that just means, are you getting up early and training, or are you going afterwards? You know, what is your focus during this time? So what about you? Like, did you ever find time to train during this time, or what were you doing?
So, you know, I've had some weird, different times of training in my life. You know, ones when I was, you know, single, didn't have no one or nothing. You know, even when I was in Minnesota, there was one specific training time. I'll never forget this training session. I don't know why he was, but Alex Lane found himself in Minneapolis, all right, just before New Year's Eve. And I remember thinking, like, your Floridian self should not be here at this time of the
Right.
year, right?
Right.
And we had ourselves a fantastic training session. I mean, we did all sorts of stuff. We would put what we did during that training session is we were like, all right, Elias, Greg, Alex, y'all go over there. You Paul Mitchell crew, because that was the team, right? We're like, we're gonna whoop you guys, all right? And we just do that to school, right?
Yeah.
We had ourselves it was so much fun. And we trash talked. It was so cool. So we would do that. But then when I came here, it was like the thing. I kind of, set everything up as far as our peoples. And everybody should kind of if you're not the guy running stuff, you should try to have some kind of input on what happens in some way, shape, or form. So some of the best training sessions, some of the better ones that we had were on Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve. All right.
Mm-hmm.
They were just fun because we all knew, like, all right, we don't have a lot of time to dink around because we all got stuff to do.
To do. Yeah. So
let's get in here
there
early. We got in there early.
Yeah.
We did it. We got the heck out. So,
right.
I mean, now the family has grown to the way it is. I don't have the luxury to do it the same way yet. All right. Yet,
figuring that
the
out.
kids are still really young. It's a little challenging for me to do that.
Right.
But it is definitely fun. Now, as far as the camps, Andrew brought up the camps. Those are great. There's some really good camps that are going on. I know Mike Welch has a camp.
Always has one. Yep.
He's always got one. I think Top 10 USA's got one. But I think one of the bigger ones that's grown is Jotty Tension's camp. Yeah. I mean, that thing.
But I don't know if he's doing it. He hasn't.
I don't know if he's doing it. I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, I don't think he is. I don't think he is.
Hey, that camp.
But there's lots of ones. I've seen ones in Mexico that had one over the weekend. With Hector and Yamena and the other guy we were talking about, Ortiz, that's on Velocity. All three of those people from the same school, they're doing one down there, and they had a big turnout. So lots of stuff, Amerikick, you're saying Top 10 USA, kind of same thing. Amerikick has one. Joey Castro is having one this year. So lots of good stuff. I know for me, it's like getting people that kind of like what you said when Alex was coming in, Angel's coming down, is going to be down here, I think. So I'm going to train with him. I'm going to have a New Year's Day workout in the morning. So inviting people to come. So I don't care. It's going to be fun. I don't hang out and do that. So it's all good.
You don't participate in the amateur hour?
No. I may do both. I may do the New Year's Eve that morning and New Year's Day morning. Who knows? But we'll see. But yeah, I mean, this time of year is the best time to really just get in your workouts because, especially if you're a karate school owner, you can take a few days off and it'll be okay, right? And so it's a good time to get some workouts in. Now, if you have a camp or whatever, you have winter camp at your school, makes it a little difficult, but you have all those kids there. You can do fun things that are a little different. You have training partners I've done before. So it's not, you can mix it up. It's just like this week in my class, it's just been kind of random, just fun, doing this, doing that, doing a little mixing in sparring on days where we normally don't do sparring, just because it's just a different time of year, just having fun. Last week we did all the classes with the parents, so just mixing it up this time of year is always good. As far as New Year's this is that time, man, where you should already have your goals and what you want to accomplish this year. So, and again, we really only, like in a month is AKA. So, this is the key time to be training.
Short amount of sessions.
So you got to get it going. But
so that's a great point. What I think about, Jeff, when I think about that is guys like you and I, like in the stage of where we're at, we've had a little bit of an opportunity to see like who would be good to train with. Who is someone, Jeff, that you've really wanted to train with, but that you haven't done yet. I'm gonna say yet because we'll just leave it out there. Who
Right.
knows what will happen.
I mean, there's so many. I'm gonna just go into forums just because that's kind of what a lot of people associate with me with.
Sure.
I would just say I think it would be fun just for me and Matt Emming to train together. That's something that haven't done. And just our creative kind of minds and kind of going through stuff. He's a lot more athletic than I am, but I'm a lot more flexible than he is in kicking. So us kind of working those kind of things together would be cool.
That would be a fantastic training session.
So that would be
to
fun.
watch that.
So that would be fun. Another one, actually, which is weird that him and I have never been able to train together, but Joey Castro always would be a good one to train with because we talk a lot and text and give ideas and different things. We did, some virtual one, but it's not the same. Really just being there would be cool. And then what's funny is that I've actually done most of these workouts. All the top fighters I've actually done workouts with. So people wouldn't think. It's I've done to pretty much every major seminar, except Pedro. So that would be who I would say as far
I
as
would
that
like
would
to
be
do that.
Pedro. So I mean I've trained with Jody, Raymond, Jason, Jack many times. Ibby, I've gone to school, Ibby Abdallah, all those, Nikki Carlson, all those, everyone. So Brian Plimple, all those guys. So I would say Pedro would be one. So how about you, man?
I mean, those are good, by the way. I would echo your Pedro one because you hear the stories and it's almost Paul Bunyan like.
Yep.
To where it's I gotta do it. I gotta do this. I gotta go train with this guy. Right. And even when I would train with Donald Brady, even with training with him from time to time, and sometimes very informal, right? He would do things that I'm like, why did you even think of that? How did you even think of that? And so every now and then he'd be like, man, you think that was something? You try doing that with Pedro.
Right.
And he would just drop lines like that every now and then. All right. Just like everybody else does. And we're like, oh yeah, you think that's something? What about Pedro? All right. And I'm like, wow, it's really like that, huh?
Yeah.
So I would love to do that. Pedro. Another one would be Gregorio De Leo.
Okay.
Gregorio De Leo is one of the smarter coaches and fighters, right? That really has existed in the last, I'd say decade, right?
Definitely.
At least,
definitely.
right?
Yep.
So, Jackson saying Bernardo would have to be at the top of his list. Absolutely. Yep. Right. Yep. Anybody who picks up a bow and fancies themselves like anywhere good at what you're doing should want to be in front of that guy.
Right.
Yeah. It'd be like if Babe Ruth was still coaching baseball.
Right.
You should want to have him look at your swing.
Correct.
So, no, I would really want to get in front of those guys and just train with them.
Right.
Anybody
else?
Who else would I want to train with? I would like to train with, just to be training and having fun with, Kyle Richards.
Oh yeah, that would be just lots of fun. Yeah,
wouldn't that be fun? That would be funny.
Yeah.
I would love to do that. I would love to train with Jack Felton. I think that would be
it's a great experience, man.
I think that would be fun. I think it would be a great experience. I think I would be at the top of my game because I just don't, and this is my speculation because obviously I haven't done it because that was the whole point of the question, right? Yeah. I just feel like he's probably not going to goof around like I would, right?
Right.
So it's going to force me to be like, all right, never mind. I can't play around, all right?
Right.
And let's be honest, guys. I tell this to anybody who listens, I get it. I understand. I am fully comfortable in my own skin as to where I'm at and what I've done.
Yeah.
I have fun first.
And
I do karate second, and I do it in that order, and I am comfortable with that.
But
I am also comfortable with what those results have shown. All right. We'll
Right.
talk about that at another time. All right.
Right.
This is not
Right.
the time for that. Right.
Right. Awesome.
But
All right. What about someone? Because again, so just maybe let's just pick one person or one place that maybe you have trained at and you would suggest someone to train at. So for me, it would be going to United and training with Casey and Trevor together.
oh,
You know what I
that would be
mean?
something.
And just because that just those guys, they're I mean, as you know, we know just from the podcast, just their mindset and everything, right? So training with Casey, again, we have fun. It's fun, but
Yeah.
it's also serious too. And it's like you're thinking about, well, what about this? What about this? Or what if this? Well, what do you think? You know, it's a lot of picking your brain and stuff. And I think that's a really good experience. And I think a lot of people, especially top competitors now, need to go and do that. So reach out to them and just say, hey, can I come and train for a weekend? You know. But
one place I will say, well, here's a guy I've trained with in the past that totally made me want to throw up, that people probably forgot his name, and that's Anthony Morata, right?
mm-hmm.
Anthony Morata didn't look like he was very athletic, right? He is.
Yeah.
You could do like the stigma wasn't in that time, right? So it was like Alex Stigman, athletic in comparison, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Anthony Morata doesn't make any mistakes. In reality, it was Anthony Morata doesn't make any mistakes. Anthony Morata also just about as athletic as Alex. He just chooses not to do those things.
Right.
Which when we were training together, I'm like, dude, why aren't you doing? He did stuff. He was doing stuff then.
Yeah.
And he's very creative that I still to this day have never seen anybody do.
Wow.
I've never seen anybody do these things that he was doing then. I'll tell you what they are off the air.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, he was that freaking good. And the way that he was
awesome.
pushing me to train, like I had to go throw up. Right. So that's one person. But you're probably not going to get that anymore because he's in New York, not doing martial arts the same way.
Right.
But here's someone that you can, which everybody should, if they are granted the possibility or opportunity to do this, should take this person up on this. You should train with Mike Conroy, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Mike Conroy will absolutely make you feel. I don't know if you'll want to throw up because I didn't throw up. All right,
no,
but he definitely made me do things that I'm like, what made your head go this way?
Right.
Why would you even think of that?
You won't be able to walk right for a week or two.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I still remember those drills to this day.
Yep.
Right?
Same. I do them all the time.
So if you're provided the opportunity or the invitation, or somehow you find yourself there,
right?
Take them up on it. And it's fun. It is fun because there's a lot of people who find themselves in Connecticut that want to go there. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I would do that.
Yep. One more that I want to share is just an experience that, again, it won't happen anymore. But for me, several times, and it was either before Capital Classics or when we'd all get together for Karate Helps Kick Diabetes. And it would be, we would go to Charlie's school and it would be Jeffy Gajiri, Jimmy Pham, John Valera, and myself training. And I was the young guy, you know, and that was just an awesome experience, man. Just being a part of that, you know, playing at kick with those guys, you know, doing just fun stuff. And then when other people would come in as well, you know, so, and just being able to throw all those people together. That's what's cool about those experiences. Like Karate Helps Kick Diabetes was cool, was that all of that top competitors actually got to get together, and it wasn't the pressure of like competing against each other. It was like all of us just hanging out, having fun, training a little bit together. Here, look at this. Here, look at that. And then we go and put on a show, you know, for people for a good cause, you know. So that was really cool, and I wish there were more things like that to do, you know, more
that's
stuff like that, you know. So that was just something that probably, you know, again, those three names, not going to happen again to be able to train like that, you know, again with those guys. So pretty cool stuff.
Mike brought up a good one, which is a fantastic one. If you don't have a home school in New York, or if you find yourself visiting in New York, to do a tour of TCK Next Level and Bins,
Yes, agreed.
Shut the front door.
Yeah. You
That
got
would be
to.
great.
Got to. Oh man. All right. So
Hey, other than your birthday,
yes.
you got any other traditions you usually do around Christmas? Because now it's different. Now you're not going to
Yeah.
Superman's.
Yeah, it's a lot different. I don't know. I mean, I always make sure I'm going, to church somewhere Christmas Eve. That's kind of the times though have always kind of changed. So
Yeah.
it's not really. I mean, I used to always do like the midnight service, but I don't do that anymore. I hadn't done that in years. But yeah, I mean, not really like tradition wise. I can't really think of some type of real like tradition where we would go here, go there. It's just different things that we would do. We do each year, just trying to make sure everybody's getting together and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I don't really have any. How about you?
Yeah, it's a little bit. Yeah, I'm not doing any Christmas Eve midnight. That's
Yeah.
no, that's not happening. Right. I can't. No, I turn into a pumpkin way before midnight. And no, I think like the church we go to, like their like services at like 7:30. Hey,
Yeah.
you kidding me? The kids are down at 7:30. I'm not keeping them up. Heck
No, of
no.
course not. But that's not for those people. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
yeah.
So I can't envision a time in the near future where that ever happens. Here's something that we do. So I mentioned this before that my wife is one of 7. Okay.
Mhm.
She's one of 7 kids. So her parents live in a very cozy house. Let's say cozy. All right.
Right.
So it's good. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight with all of us in there. So what we're
Right.
gonna
Right.
do?
Right.
She takes 7 plus spouses plus kids, maybe a
Yeah.
dog or 2,
I remember you telling about
plus
this. My
aunts and
God.
uncles. Yeah, it's gonna be like
Nuts.
Thanksgiving, only a little bit more, and now with gifts, right? Get out of here. So we're gonna do that. But what we do is we decide, hey, we're not messing with cooking all this stuff, right?
Sparring to Christmas music. All right, Alex, I get it.
We did. Oh, heck,
Yeah.
we did. All right. Um, but so we're gonna do all that. See, her mom's like, I'm not dealing with making anything for Christmas. We're not doing that. So what she does is she orders Chinese food.
Wow.
Chinese food is what we eat on Christmas Eve, and we eat a lot of it. Because have you ever been full on Chinese food? You see
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I was tonight, but
You had Chinese food tonight?
yeah.
I feel like that's something like I could eat sesame chicken forever, right? You
True.
just keep going,
True.
right?
Yeah.
Definitely sushi. You kidding me? Don't ever go to a sushi bar until you're full. You'll spend $500, right?
Exactly. It's too much.
So
Don't do it. I've done it.
right.
So don't do it.
So we're gonna do that. And I'm like, this is great, right? Yeah. Forget traditions. And then we do our little thing here, and then we go back there again in the morning.
Mhm.
I made the mistake of asking this one time. I said, hey, so how long are we going to be? So I asked my wife, I go, hey, how long are we going to be at your parents' until? She goes, well, what do you mean? I go, well, yeah, we're going to go there in the morning. When do we leave? Like, how long are we there for? She's like, I don't understand. It's Christmas. I said, yeah, I get that. For how long? Till the end of the day. And wait a minute. Wait, what did you just say? She's like, yeah, we're just there all day. And she looked at me like I had 2 heads. And I'm like,
All right. What are we gonna do? Yeah.
That's
Nothing.
what we do. So what they do is they make this massive breakfast. I mean, you name it, it's there, right?
Yeah.
And it's probably the best breakfast I have all year long, right? Because you could, like I said, you name it, it's there. And then we just kind of eat it throughout the day. You want to go back for some more waffles? There they are. You want to go back for some blackberries? There they are. Because who doesn't want that, right?
Right.
Oh man,
right.
it's fantastic. I'm actually looking forward to that breakfast right now.
Oh man, that's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Yep.
All right. Quick thing. All right. So one thing, kind of like what Jackson's article was. All right. What's one Christmas gift that you would give Sport Karate?
I could give sport karate a Christmas gift. It's gonna sound like a joke. It's
Well,
not a
kind of,
joke.
kind of.
It's not a joke.
Okay.
I actually believe it would be fun. It would be entertaining, because that's why we do this stuff. We do this stuff because it's fun for us.
Right.
Because when this activity or this environment is no longer fun, there's no reason for us to be here.
Right.
I would give more inside scoop. Every
All
tournament,
right.
I'm being serious
No,
because
it's true.
I'm being genuine. All right.
No, I know.
All right. But not a CTE, fist kicks and flicks. That stuff is pretty dang fun. And if you ever listen to Raw, that'll get you amped. Right. So I'm telling you, man.
I think we need
a little bit more main.
We need all this at the tournaments, right? At the big tournaments.
There. Imagine that. Imagine just an experience of inside scoop at every tournament. All right. That'll boost your holiday cheer. Right.
It's true. It's true.
Right away.
All right. I like it.
But I'm being genuine though.
No, I know. And I agree. That's a good one. Really good.
What about
not
you?
going the same way, but
what would you?
See,
you're going a completely
there's
different direction.
There's so many things. I'm just gonna go a simple one that maybe has to do with, I guess maybe let's just go with forms for right now, because there's so many we could get into a fight. I want changes in creative forms, so and more structure in the rules. So that's one of the things that Jackson talked about. I mean, there's chill out on the really look into the actual degree of 360 degree. Right. Again, I actually just think that there shouldn't be a turn. Don't limit the gymnastics and limit the invertness, but don't limit the martial arts, because that's just elevating the martial arts, right? So it's just like, hey, I'm gonna take my jump outside crescent kick. I'm just gonna elevate it and make that harder. That's where that came from. It wasn't because that was a gymnastics technique or taking something that wasn't martial arts. It was just like, okay, we can do a 360.
Can we do a 720?
Can we do a 720? You know what I mean? So it's just that creative thing. And so I think when you do that, you still have a wide variety of different types of creative forms. So that was something that I implemented and really wanted to implement in when we actually did a creative division in NBL, and unfortunately, that's not happening anymore. So, but that to me, I think is really great, because again, you actually, and those forms can still compete against, the flippers and stuff as well, because you add the degree of difficulty, you add, maybe, a double 720. Still, those are rare. You still don't see those, and then add that into other things, and then you maybe add that into a split, or just you're just giving yourself a little bit more room for creativity, and so I think that would be a great thing.
Yeah, the creativity definitely took a complete dive.
Right. So
let's be honest though. The other thing that took a dive, all right, was standing kicking.
Yes, big time.
Came to a screeching halt.
So that's where that really has to. And for me, that's what I always try to give sport karate is that. So, but anyway, so I mean, I guess that could be that too. But so that's why I'm coming out competing this year. So there you go.
we need some more of those people to do some good kick combos. In their forms. So just good creativity. What can you do different? You did some kicks on your knees in your form a couple times.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to do that anymore. I tried to do that the other day, but so we'll see. I may get a little crazy though. Who knows? But yeah, so definitely some. I'm not trying to see. I don't want to say this to where I'm like putting down sport martial. I'm not trying to say that. I just think there needs to be that outer. When you compete, it has to be that like outer body experience. You know what I mean? And you gotta really bring that. That's what it should look like. Like you're bringing a whole nother like person in there with you. Like an alter ego or something. I just feel like there needs to be more. Not intensity is putting it lightly. there just needs to be that extraness. You know what I mean? When you compete, and that's what I would like to see in sport karate forums. It's just that extraness. You know, I don't want to say another word because then it would sound like I'm saying people are less than. I don't think that. I just think that the ones that really get people amped up are the ones that kind of bring that something else, you know? So, and I'm not saying that's not there now. I just think that remember to keep bringing that, you know?
Is the word that you're not saying soft?
Yeah.
You're not saying it.
I'm not saying that it's that. No, I mean, I'm not saying the other word either, that it's something everyone has, but exactly. Like Jackson knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's how you have to do it. It's you should not feel like him or himself. It's an outer body. Yeah, spark. I mean, people would say, "Oh, you got to bring the heart," and so if I say you got to bring heart, it's making me say that people aren't putting their heart into it. I don't think that's it. I think people are, but they're doing it at their level. Well, we're like, let's just keep raising that level every time.
So there's an intangible that you're talking about.
Yes.
That is not. It doesn't look like it's there in other people.
And some people, Brett says it should like a performance. I actually think the opposite. I think it should be way beyond a performance. Like you're not putting on
an out of body experience.
Yeah, you're not putting on an act. Like it's like, dude, this is me. Here I am. Get out of my way. So
well, maybe we do this again, Jeff. Maybe this is a good point for us to talk about. We do it because we did a rewatchables episode, which that was one of my favorite episodes.
Right.
Maybe we do another rewatchables episode, and then we
talk about that and show that.
Really talk about that. And we show them. So hey, guys, when we do it, you don't want to tune in live for that one because it's going to be kind of hard to do when listening. Although we'll do the best we can.
Oh, we can do it. We can do it. All right, man. So Merry Christmas. Have a great one. When you guys see me, I don't think I look that much older, but you know, it'll be all right.
How old are you going to be?
38.
So. 38. Yeah.
Yep.
Does that feel old to you?
I don't know.
Embrace it.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. I feel good, man. I feel great.
Get the gray. So, if there's any gray you got, just like make it grayer. Right?
All right. I don't know about dyeing it
do
gray.
That.
But okay.
Maybe you should do like I said though. Get the mullet.
All right.
All right. Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas, guys.
This has been another episode of Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. I am Alex Dingman.
I'm Jeff Doss. See you guys next week.